The year was 1965 when Chevrolet first introduced the Chevelle SS396, a machine that would forever etch its name into the golden era of American muscle cars. From the very first glance, this car was a statement, a blend of aggressive styling, unshakable confidence, and a promise of raw power that few others could match. The long, sleek hood stretched forward like a predator ready to strike, while the quad headlights stared down the road with a focused intensity. The chrome accents gleamed under the sun, reflecting not just light but the pride of a company determined to dominate the muscle car wars. To the uninitiated, it was just another midsize coupe. But to true enthusiasts, it was the stuff of legends, an icon in the making. Under that long hood beat the heart of the beast, a 396 cubic inch big block V8, delivering an official rating of 325 horsepower in its base form, but those who knew these engines understood the figures were conservative. The sound alone was enough to set pulses racing, a deep, throaty rumble that hinted at the power waiting to be unleashed. Step on the throttle, and the SS396 leapt forward with an urgency that could pin you to your seat, the torque surging through the rear wheels in a way that made every drive feel like a drag strip showdown. Back in the day, the Chevelle SS wasn't just transportation, it was a ticket to adrenaline, an invitation to experience speed in its purest, most mechanical form. Driving the Chevelle SS396 was an experience that went beyond numbers on paper. The steering had weight, the suspension communicated the road, and every gear change was a reminder that you were in control of a living, breathing machine. The Muncie 4-speed manual gearbox, with its solid shifts and satisfying mechanical feel, made you part of the performance. It wasn't about effortless driving, it was about the reward you got from mastering the car. The SS396 demanded respect, and if you gave it that, it gave back in spades. On open highways, it could cruise with a smooth, almost regal composure, but the moment you pressed the accelerator, it transformed into a roaring predator. Inside, the Chevelle SS396 combined sportiness with a dash of luxury. Bucket seats wrapped in vinyl provided a snug, supportive feel, while the dashboard layout placed every gauge and control within easy reach. The sweeping speedometer and the auxiliary gauges conveyed an air of performance, reminding the driver of the mechanical symphony happening under the hood. The thin-rimmed steering wheel, chrome accents, and center console shifter all contributed to an environment that was designed to make the driver feel in command. It wasn't overcomplicated. It was purposeful, built for those who valued driving above all else. One of the most remarkable things about the Chevelle SS396 was how it managed to balance its muscle car aggression with everyday usability. This wasn't a stripped-down, bare-bones racer, it was a car you could drive to work during the week and take to the drag strip on the weekend. Families appreciated the roomy interior and trunk space, while enthusiasts admired the performance credentials. This dual personality was part of what made the SS396 such a sales success, and why it became a cornerstone of Chevrolet's muscle car lineup. It was proof that you didn't have to compromise, you could have power, style, and practicality all in one package. On the streets of the late 1960s, the Chevelle SS396 was a rolling declaration of independence. It represented freedom, individuality, and the thrill of the open road. Street racers respected it, car show judges admired it, and everyday drivers dreamed about it. Its quarter-mile times were impressive for the era, but beyond the stopwatch, it was the feeling it gave you, the way the nose lifted slightly under acceleration, the sound of the exhaust bouncing off buildings, the sense that every drive could turn into an adventure. It wasn't just about getting from point A to point B, it was about enjoying every second in between. As the years passed, the Chevelle SS396 evolved. Chevrolet continued to refine the styling, giving it even sharper lines and bolder grills. The 1969 model, in particular, became a fan favorite, with its aggressive stance, muscular fenders, and unmistakable SS badging. By then, the big block V8 had become more powerful, with optional versions pushing 375 horsepower. These were the glory days, when automakers pushed boundaries, and enthusiasts reaped the rewards. It was a time before emissions regulations and fuel crises would change the industry, and cars like the SS396 thrived in that wide-open playground. Today, the Chevrolet SS396 stands as one of the most celebrated muscle cars in history. Collectors seek them out, restorers pour their passion into bringing them back to life, and enthusiasts still gather at shows to admire their beauty. A well-preserved or fully restored SS396 can command significant prices, not just because of its rarity, but because of the emotional connection people have with it. It's a reminder of a time when cars had soul, when the connection between man and machine was raw, unfiltered, and deeply satisfying. Owning a Chevelle SS396 today isn't just about the horsepower, it's about the story. It's about the history it carries, the memories it evokes, and the way it makes people feel. It's the nods from strangers, the conversations at gas stations, the thumbs up from fellow drivers. It's knowing that you're behind the wheel of something special, something that will never be replicated in quite the same way. In an era of computerized performance and electric silence, the rumble of a big block V8 is more than just a sound. It's a heartbeat, a pulse from the past reminding us why we fell in love with cars in the first place. The Chevelle SS396 may have been born in the 1960s, but its spirit is timeless. Whether you're a lifelong fan of classic muscle or a newcomer discovering its charm for the first time, it's impossible not to be moved by its presence. From the gleam of the chrome to the growl of the exhaust, every detail tells a story. It's a car that makes you want to drive with the windows down, the radio up, and the road stretching endlessly ahead. And as long as there are people who appreciate the thrill of driving, the legend of the Chevrolet Chevelle SS396 will live on, roaring, powerful, and unforgettable.